Group chats have never been like they have been before.
Drunk already.
I'm not drunk. I'm not service scared. No less competition. I already know.
There you go.
Everybody's so quiet. What's going on? Like nobody's excited for you because I'm excited. I gotta pee. What's going on? Like,
We chilling, man. That's the issue. We funny today.
so what y'all like predict gonna happen? Like, I don't know. Y'all think somebody gonna fight?
I'm just here to watch the movie.
That's what I said too.
Y'all think like fights really gonna happen? Y'all think it's gonna be like? Y'all think it's gonna get there?
Yeah, they gonna be like, I think it's gonna be some arguing.
Oh, okay, I do too.
Somebody gonna swing a girl drink.
Yeah.
Maybe a drink might be thrown. You know, people don't really swing. They do more of this than swinging. So
Yeah, you're
we'll
right.
see how that goes. You know, they just kind of
depends.
just talking, confessional talking. You know, talking behind the back. When you walk out the room, you know, the usual, nothing real major. But when you're in front of them, they're not really gonna say nothing. But you know, we'll see though. We'll see if the issue is addressed. Cause I just want to address the elephant in the motherfucking room. The elephant in the motherfucking room, Miss Harris. I don't even quite remember her name. I just want to address her because she has so much to say about Seven, but she should be thanking me because I wrote her storyline the whole entire season. So, I mean, she should really be like, thank you, Seven, for like giving me something to talk about because without you, I would be nothing. Like,
Who's supposed to be saying that?
thank you, Harrison, because I wrote her whole storyline this whole season. Because everything was about Seven. Like, everything was about Seven. Like, everything was about.
In real life, I don't do the drama. But when it like, it really takes a lot.
I don't see nobody having no drama with you
I don't either.
in particular. No.
It's cool. I can be the nice one. I'm the nice one of the bunch.
Which is fine. We know that.
Oh,
Because I'm sure I have some issues that, you know, I'm ready.
yeah.
You see this face? This is the face of a drag queen. She loves it. She loves the drama.
It
Lives
looks
it.
really good.
So like, Malik, what's because you and Demonte, y'all like look like y'all bosom buddies now. So like,
Bosom buddies.
what's going on? Y'all cool now? Homebrains?
Yeah, we squashed all that, you know. Like, you know, down and out, we broke up. You know, she was the one who made herself available to him. Like, he told me his side, you know, he was like, he slid on her. And, you know, she allowed him to slide on her. So I'm just like, shoot. You know, you want to share the coochie. I gotta listen.
So do you feel like bad about the whole like fight
Nah, I don't
situation?
feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you know some people like they do stuff and they be like, okay, well I really look like I ain't have to do all that, so
Hey, man. I always felt love and war.
Okay, that's good. Y'all was able to get y'all bromance back together. That's nice.
Y'all, now y'all finna get y'all matching tattoos?
Right.
Tonight is the night where 8 boss friends dish out all the drama that happened in this season. We'll discuss everything from a sex offender scandal to alcoholism. Now this season was one for the books. Some might say it's because of the new era. Malik, Keith R, and Demonte. How was it being a part of such a diverse group?
I mean, it was good. It was good meeting new people outside of the music world. You know, people like, you know, tattoo artists and stuff that kind of influence that world. So, I mean, I had a good experience.
It was cool. I fuck with everybody here. Got to meet some new people and all that. Get me out my shell a little bit. That's it.
I mean, it was good. I was just doing it for the experience.
Harrison and Seven Solid, you guys have been on previous seasons. So how was the dynamic different this time? With the change of the cast?
I feel like the dynamic was very different this time. You actually have entrepreneurs on the cast rather than bitches that are just going around doing OnlyFans and not really doing anything productive. So, we have people that are actually doing something with their lives instead of just talking shit. So that's what I feel like this cast gives.
I think from previous seasons we were able to showcase ourselves a lot more besides the drama that we have going on. So I appreciated that about the group, and everybody was very much trying to pursue their dreams.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get some tea. So this season might have had a lot of new faces, but they definitely brought the drama. When singer-songwriter Malik decided to jump in both Diamond and Sky's DMs, things got a little catty with the ladies. Sky, can you explain exactly what happened with Malik and Diamond's situation?
I don't know too much about what happened because I don't be in everybody's business. I just know that they was talking at the same time we was talking, so.
Malik, you don't seem like a bad guy at all, but do you feel bad for breaking what the two ladies could have had?
I mean, it was situational. I wouldn't say I feel bad about it because I ain't really know it's gonna have that impact.
How the hell you ain't know?
I can't tell the future, so. What you mean?
Yeah,
but I don't really feel bad about it. I mean, like, if people feel some type of way towards me, it is what it is.
Diamond, we know you talked to Sky at her game night, but where do y'all stand now?
I think me and Sky is cool. It shouldn't be no beef over somebody not as important, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, the ladies did fix their issues with one another, but the fellas got physical. Let's get straight to the chase. DeMonte, why did you jump in Diamond's DMs knowing that she was dating Malik? What was that about?
Were they dating or were they talking? Which one?
Ooh, let's find out. Were y'all dating or were y'all talking? What happened?
Hey man, what's done is done.
What's done is done. What
that
we
mean?
were dating.
Were y'all dating?
Supposedly. You know how the baby did Danny Lee? That's what we was We was never dating and then we dated. There's a whole different story behind the cameras. Yeah, literally. That's fine.
What kind of story?
The baby and Danny Lee. I'm giving very much that.
So DeMonte, why were you in her DMs?
I mean, to me, it was all fair game.
But how was it fair game if you knew she was fucking with her?
Were y'all friends?
I didn't know.
So didn't Keith tell you that she was dating him though?
I ain't say that. That's not what I said.
Oh,
You
what did you
did
say?
because I felt like he was like, ain't that Malik?
Yeah, because you
like,
did mention
I
it. You
said
did
I
mention
meant
it.
her nigga. I ain't say that was.
Oh, but
I don't know
he
what
still
they
knew
had
that she had a
going on.
nigga.
I didn't know what they had going on. And at the end of the day, like I said, no disrespect, this not my homeboy. DeMonte, shoot. If it went in, it went in. That ain't got nothing to do with.
So you don't feel like you stirred the pot for that situation just a little bit? Like you don't feel like you stirred it?
No.
Not even a little bit?
Well, I mean, honestly, I'll tell my homegirl, like, you know that so-and-so nigga.
Yeah, if he want to
bitch,
shoot,
whatever.
he want to shoot. We gonna stand 10 toes down behind that shot.
Oh my
look,
God.
I mean, they're a man. That's against
I mean, look, at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Men don't
like,
care about
if you supposed to be my shorty and somebody shoot they shot at you, you supposed to be blocking that. I really shouldn't have to step in and do that.
No, I did.
So like, so I had
But
to pull
didn't she
up on
tell
him.
you about it, which is why you was upset?
Exactly.
That ain't what I heard though.
Oh.
That ain't what you heard, but that's what happened.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Alright, we'll talk about it.
So Diamond, I know you're clearly in the middle, so how do you feel?
I mean, when you're dating a bad female, you gonna have niggas in her DMs. It's just about how she handles it, and I feel like I handled it in the appropriate way.
You handled it better than me because I would have been turned up.
I don't know.
I would have knocked everything the fuck over and listen. Hands bisexual. I would have been beating up niggas and all.
I didn't even know that they were going to be meeting up and doing that whole ordeal, so whatever after that was on him. I already told him what it was. I already told DeMonte what it was. So after that, it should have been over with.
So Malik and Diamond, where do y'all stand now?
We're not together. That's done. That's over with.
Hey, we pushing P. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I'll do her thing. I'm doing my thing.
I don't have time
What does
to
that
deal
mean?
with people insecurities.
I'm pushing P. What pushing P mean to
Girls
you?
want to know.
We want to know.
Pushing pussy, I don't know.
Well, you said it.
What
so
pushing
you
P
said
mean?
it.
What
So
does
that's
it
what it
mean to
means.
Pushing
you?
pounds
What
of
does it
weight
mean
of
to you?
cocaine.
We want to know.
I don't know why y'all acting like this, man. Look. You ain't really worried about nobody like that. When you wake up, they might not want to be with you. I get that money always gonna be with me. I ain't really worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what it is, we pushing P.
Mr. Cool Guy over here. Mr. Cool Guy. Hey.
If your feelings hurt, baby, just say that.
Now, love triangles wasn't the only drama this season. We had Frenemies, Seven Solid, and Harrison, which had the most shadiest confessions. So, Seven Solid, you and Harrison made up in the early parts of this season, but in the confessionals, it seemed like y'all still had an issue with each other. So, what was that about?
Well, my issue with Harrison across from the table from me is the fact that when we did make up, it was like, okay, we made up, but then it was like, oh, you're saying I'm bandwagon. So I made sure I came here today by myself so you could address me, not Lou, not Kim, the bitch that you said I was bandwagoning on. I made sure I came here by myself so you can address me. So address me, how can I bandwagon with somebody that I knew before Boss Friends was even thought of? So I want you to explain it, because the panel wants to know.
Sure, absolutely. I have no problem doing that.
Go ahead.
So when the whole thing happened between me and Lou, you was all, girl, oh yeah, girl, you did that. And then the next meeting, it was, oh, she was real benchy for that. And it was just like, we've never had a problem. So why I gotta be benchy, all of that was unnecessary. So I just felt like if you really felt like that, or if you really felt that I was benchy, you could have said that to me while I was here. You could have said, girl, you know you did too much. You didn't know you have to beat that girl up like that. You could have said that to me in my face. But you knew that though. But you never said that.
But you knew that.
But it doesn't matter.
But I don't have to tell you, you're older than me.
Okay.
You're older
right,
than me.
I
So
am.
you know that.
So then.
So you know that. So you know you did too much. So if you know you did too much,
No,
I don't have to tell you.
I didn't do
I'll
anything.
tell you, but I'm a little girl to you. I'm a child.
You
right?
are.
I'm a child.
You absolutely
I'm a child.
are.
But what do you own?
You absolutely
But what do you
are.
own? But what do you own? But what do you own?
What do you
Tell me
own?
what's in your name?
What do you
What is
own?
in your name?
Don't worry.
What is in your name? Do you have a car in your name? Do you have a house in your name? Do you have anything in your name? What do you own though? What do you own?
what
But I'm a little girl.
Okay.
I'm a little girl. I'm a little girl, but I have more than you. I'm a little girl, but I have more than you. But you can't little girl me. That's the thing. I'm not loose, sweetie. I'm not loose, sweetie. I'm not loose. I will get right with you, and you know I will. So don't do that with me. Don't do that with me, because I don't have a problem with you. Like I said, don't come for me because I didn't come for you.
Wait, I got a
I
question.
didn't come for you, but I didn't come for me. You came for me since day one, and I never came for you. I never had a problem with you, but you always came for me since day one. You always
Real quick, what does banshee mean?
Rowdy, lit, ghetto, doing too much.
Okay, wait. Can I
What is
add my
that?
2 cents into
Term,
that real
origin.
quick? Real quick. Okay. So I do feel where he's coming from, where he feels like, you know, you kind of be flip-floppy, like play both sides. Because I did feel like you did that with the whole Lou situation with not coming to the reunion. I felt like you knew and then you didn't like tell Terez, like give him a heads up or whatever. I feel like if Terez never even wrote him that message and he was like a no call, no show, that would have made him upset. And then you would have just been sitting like, oh damn, I knew this whole time, and you wouldn't have said nothing. So I kind of feel like that was like straddling the fence between two sides. So I do get what Harrison was saying when he feel like you was like flip flopping between both sides.
Yeah.
So why do you think y'all two can smash up?
It was never any. The thing about it is, it's never been any beef with that. It's never been any beef with that. The shit happened when he met up with, which is why I called you bandwagon, because it was you met up with Lou and was like, oh, she was doing too much, and it was like. But when we were at the fight, after the fight, you was congratulated like I had beat that bitch up. Which, okay, whatever, cool, that's fine. But then to go say that to them, it felt like you was just trying to get in with the girls that you thought you could get in with or whatever. I don't know. Can't say. That's not my business. But me and you have never had an issue. Now you had an issue with other bitches that you never even beefed with. You never even stood up on them. So I don't like me.
Because they didn't show up. So let's make that clear.
Okay.
Don't make it seem like I'm not that girl that doesn't stand up when a bitch comes in the room. Because I stand up.
I mean, but
every
like,
time.
But like, let's just be clear.
Did they show up though? Answer that. Did they show up?
No.
Okay, thank you.
If you felt that way, if we were so cool, if we had never had beef, you could have said that to me. I ain't never gave you no reason not to say nothing to me. Mm-hmm. So it was never that for me. So when I started talking shit, of course, because I felt away. I was like, I ain't never doing that to this bitch. Nah, other bitches be smiling her face and talking shit and be talking about her that I ain't never said nothing about. But meanwhile, I'm the nice one. Even in my confessionals, I never had an issue with me. My story has always stayed the same. Meanwhile, you've been taking shots all season. Mm-hmm.
Because did you or did you not do a whole review where you were taking shots at me?
That was my job.
You were taking
that was
shots
my job
at me.
for this show.
You were taking shots at me the whole entire time. So
but that was my job
so
for
really,
this show.
So really, I feel like you should be saying thank you to me for giving you a storyline, for giving me something to talk about.
No,
because you don't have anything else
because
to talk
without
about.
you, I would have still had a storyline. Without you, I still would have had a storyline.
What would you be doing?
I was creative directing this whole time. What were you doing? What did you do?
Bitch, I have a business degree. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not loose. I'm not loose.
Hey,
You already know that. I'm not loose.
7.
I'm not
Black
loose.
History Month,
I'm not loose. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm not loose. I'm not loose. You want to get me out of character? You want to go there? So I'm going to go there. You want to get me out of character?
We got more index cards.
But you want to go there with Lou, but you don't want to go there with a bitch that want to do that.
I don't need to.
You don't need to now? But last season you needed to? But last season you needed to? But you don't want to do it now?
Oh, I don't need to.
But I'm going to sit in my seat though.
It's
But I'm still in my seat.
Now who's doing too much?
Yeah, it's way more index cards right there. Like y'all
way more
chill.
important things to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right, let's just stop our
Bitches that actually did shit.
And better
What did you say?
Bitches that actually
What do
did
you
shit.
say? What do you say?
Bitches that actually did shit on the show.
We did shit? But how much money you have in your pocket? How much money you have in your pocket?
Let's move on.
But who do you stay with? Do you stay by yourself or who do you stay with?
Let's move on.
What do you say? What do you You always want to say so much, but I'm right here, so what do you have to say? What do you have to say? I'm bandwagoning, but I'm here by myself. But you're not addressing nothing. But you're not addressing nothing. Oh, okay.
Have it calm down. Sit down.
Use the fan.
Sit down. So, yeah, use the fan. Open it. And yeah.
Drawing attention. Well, we're just gonna agree to disagree and better luck next time. Now, I do want to give the cast props for all being here, but there is one person that isn't here because they're in jail. Harrison, you're the closest to Jamal, so take us back to the time to where you find out what happened.
So when I found out everything that happened with Janelle, I was visibly upset. I was talking. Therese was the one that told me, and me and him, and we were talking. I don't really have any words for the conversation or to talk about the situation because that's my friend. But I do, if anything is true, I want my friend to get help. But I have nothing really to say or to add to the conversation because we were close. And as a victim of assault myself, I just choose to let it be what it is, and if we let the process and the justice system take place as it should, and move on.
Tiana and Keith, you both didn't seem as close, but you do have kids, so how do y'all feel about this situation?
What situation?
Oh, about the whole, I don't know, like, I really can't speak on it because I don't know what happened. But, I mean, if it's true, like, that's fucked up because somebody did some shit like that to my kid. Yeah, I'd probably be in jail, too. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what happened, so I don't really, that's real sensitive, and that's real, I don't know.
I mean, I draw a line in the sand when it comes to that, so like it really ain't too much rapping on that. But yeah, whether he did it or not, it don't really matter to me. Like we didn't really have a relationship before this, so we're not gonna have one after this.
Yeah, I didn't really have one.
Yeah, and he cool and all, but cool people do fucked up shit too, so I don't really care about none of that.
Does anyone know the status of Jamal's case?
It's probably on like News for Jacks or something.
Well, this cast was one for the books, but there is one person MIA. Welcome to Rez Balboa.
Y'all don't clap. I'm falling out.
We know.
So good to be on camera again.
Oh, please.
So Therese, how have you been?
Yeah. Excuse me. No, I've been good. Atlanta's cool. Atlanta's really nice. The money's really good. I don't have really a lot of friends out there, nothing like that. But I don't know. I went there for my career, and so far it's going good. So I'm peaches and cream. I'm peaches and cream.
I never seen the producer come on us reunion.
This is a different type of show. The girls are starting early. This is gonna be fun.
So, what happened? Why were you on the season?
I decided to not do this season just because I really wanted a shift change, and I felt like it wasn't really gonna change if I continued to be on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I feel like me being the biggest part of the show, even though some people thought they were the biggest part, but they're not. Me being the biggest part of the show, I feel like, okay, well, if I leave, I can really bring in some new people, and they can take over more, and stuff. That was the biggest purpose, and I feel like I did better with producing, with me not being on the cast. Some people said I was Shawnee O'Neal, so I just decided to take a step back and just fully produce, and yeah. So.
Well, Therese, we're happy to see you. Does anyone know where Lou is?
I was gonna say something real shady.
Does anyone know where Lou is?
My comments to
Well, I feel like Lou's best friend should say where Lou is at.
You're his best friend.
No, I'm not her best
Who's
friend.
his best friend?
I'm her friend, but I'm not her best friend.
Who's her
best friend? I'm not her. I don't need to speak on it. She knows who she is. She's her best friend now. So I feel like she should tell us where Lou is at.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Where's Lou? No, seriously, where's Lou? Do you know where Lou's at? I don't know where Lou's
No, have you fallen out with Lou over the situation or no?
So Lou blocked me. So I don't know, but I wasn't even in the situation.
Yeah.
So
I think he just pretty much unfollowed and blocked everybody from the show.
So what happened?
I think he's still
not blocked.
I'm not
He probably wants to fuck
He
you.
never followed me, but
He never.
See that?
Sorry, I'm just saying.
that was
Say it one more time, my bad.
Well, Therese, what happened between you and Lou?
So you came on here just.
You mean Sky and Therese and Lucas? Sky 10 toes.
First of all, I just feel like don't put me in there because it had nothing to do with me. I just put my 2 cents
honestly, no, because this is what happened. So basically, Lou was upset about how he was getting portrayed on the show. He was upset about how he was portrayed on the show. He brought it to my attention when the trailer first came out, and I basically told him this is your 3rd season, you should be more vulnerable, we should really get to know who he is, and you being addicted to alcohol is it's true, it's your truth, and I feel like if you do it the right way, you can really control your narrative and people can relate to you, because there's so many young people that are probably drinking every night like you are. So he understood it. Well, I thought he understood it, and so then when the show came out, everything was going smooth, and then when the episode got closer to his intervention when Harrison and Severstock decided to put him in a room, he then just got real nasty and catty and was just saying how he refuses to promote the show and how we're trying to ruin his reputation that I didn't know that he had, and I just didn't make no sense to me because season 1 he was fighting at Riverside restaurants, and season 2 he was getting beat up in hotels. So I don't understand why season 3 you're drinking and we're reporting it is ruining your reputation for the jackets that you've been trying to sell since 2020. But I mean, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Sky, you had a run-in with Lou as well. Was it to fight Therese's battle?
No, I don't know why everybody thinks that. For one, I was rooting for Lou as many times as Therese wanted to curse him out. Even at my Christmas party, he was just doing dumbass shit. You're walking around with a fucking towel on, my decorative towel in my daughter's fucking bathroom.
Mind you, her family was
My family was there. There's kids around. You weren't there that morning. Kids around, I let him slide. I could have cursed him the fuck out then, but
and he walked in her room with her back
Walked
daddy
in my
with a
room.
towel, nothing with a towel on.
Yeah. Just doing shit you don't do shit like that. You don't teach. You're not you don't have home training. You're not from the suburbs.
You live in a subdivision, bitch.
Yeah, you're not from the suburbs. That's not how you were raised.
Subdivision.
Well, I don't even really care about Lou. He's not here. We already said what we had to say. Let's not make him a topic, and let's just leave it at that. He's a flop, and he has what he has, and that's just it.
I just want to address it. If any of you guys feel like I'm not genuine, say it now. Don't motherfucking wait and try to broadcast, try to make me feel like I'm this bad person, like I'm this evil person. Because I've never done nothing to him. I don't feel like I've done nothing to any of y'all. But if anybody feels like I'm an evil person, speak on it. At any moment, please. I would love to address it.
Anybody right behind you. Don't be scared, guys. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, if Sky went here, I might say something.
Oh my god.
I kind of feel like knowing the situation, like I try to like think like imagine if that was me, like how would I be acting knowing the situation that I'm talking about. Imagine if like that was you, like would you just be happy all the time, or would you be like, damn, I could possibly.
But the thing about it is, Tiana, we weren't
I could
negating.
possibly lose my life over this situation.
Right, but we weren't negating his feelings. That was never what we
Yeah,
did.
we were, but I'm just saying, like, as far as mental health and as far as you thinking this and that, just imagine what be running through his head on a daily basis.
We know what was going through his head because the bitch was calling my phone every day and we was there for him. That's what.
Exactly, I know, I've been there.
What's pissing me off is everyone's trying to. What I don't like is the fact that I feel like I'm a good friend, and I know for a fact I was a good friend to Lou. Lou was depressed, and I was like, I did so much shit for Lou. It makes no sense. Day in, day out. Like when I say day in, day out, he purposely try to hurt my feelings. Then you can't. Everything that he's talking about my career. He's talking about my financial situation, my living situation, my looks, the niggas that I talk to, the pictures that I post. He said everything in his motherfucking power to hurt my feelings. So yes, I'm gonna hurt his. I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I did nothing to him. So you're gonna hurt my feelings, I'm gonna hurt yours. Point blank period.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I was just saying, like, he might be, like, really struggling.
I know he's struggling. We were there for him. That's what I'm trying to say. We were there for him. What the fuck? We were there. His real friends wasn't there for him. I literally messaged all of them. I said, hey, Luke has a real problem. We just sit down and talk to him. I told them that when we're doing the time, the day, location, that they showed up. No, they didn't.
I kind of feel like he also doesn't really want help. Like, he don't really want to change nothing. It's kind of like he always complains about stuff, but he don't really want to change.
And like we get that he's in a fucked up mental state, right? Like we get all of that, but at the same time, you can't be in a fucked up mental state and then do other stuff on top of that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
make an excuse for your actions.
Yeah, it's not. None of that is changing.
Let's just clear it up. We were there for him, and there was a time when me and Harrison, even though we don't get along, we were still there for him, and that was off camera.
Does anyone have any final words?
I don't have any final words. So,
What are we, kids? All right. I thank you for the experience, and I'm so sad that it's ending, but I hope that you come back stronger and that you pick me to be on whatever else you got going on, because I want to be by your side. So, yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you. But yeah, since you spoiled the beans, yeah, no, Boss Friends is over. We're not doing another season. I decided it because I just felt like mentally, it just took a lot for me. Financially, it wasn't even financially. It definitely took a lot for me. Like just driving down here, 10 hours every weekend for a whole month, all that good stuff. It was just, I just put a lot of energy and time into it. I understand that we all got things going on, but I think what we fail to realize is that everyone does. Like somebody's mom died today, somebody got in a car accident, somebody's house caught on fire. So it's like when people text me with, I don't want to say excuses, but I just need y'all to understand that everybody's going through shit. I feel like we all should be able to communicate like adults. And I appreciate y'all for doing this for me, but I just feel like as a whole, I don't feel like everyone gave their 100%, which is okay, because if you don't want to give your 100%, that's entirely on you. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm not bitter. I just feel like when it mentally was draining me, that's when it was time for me to like take a step back and like, okay, I need to do something else. So I wish all y'all the best. I think all you guys are amazing. I think all y'all have amazing futures. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Anybody else got anything to say?
You're pretty. You should never on the show.
Yeah, well, it's never happening again, so.
I can say something. I feel like eventually, like the views and stuff and all that's gonna pay off, and when you get to where you need to be at, you'll be able to continue doing this. I feel like you're gonna do it again.
Well, all right, that's it for tonight. I want to thank you guys for an amazing show. Until next time.
Should we clap?
Yeah.